Hey BCOM, well, welcome to week 2 of our summer class. Super quick video right here to walk you through some of what is going on this week and to set up the assignments for you. Well, first off, I wanted to say I really enjoyed reading all of the discussion board posts last week. I loved that there were so many new musical artists that I got to go and check out off of those posts. And the other thing that I just found really fascinating from a research point of view is that idea that it is hard to go and pick something off of TikTok or the like and think about what does a professional use of that kind of platform mean. The challenge there is a challenge of audience, and it's a challenge of how do you think about which messages are appropriate for which channels. So this week follows up on the idea of message and on audience, which are chapters 2 and 3. So right here you'll see the weekly agenda, which you've already seen when you clicked on this video. The to-do list is there. The first thing that I need you to do this week is pay for access to Quincia, which is the online resume and interview software. It is $5.45. There's a link to their PayPal further down on the page. So I'll scroll down and show you that. You will probably have to copy and paste that into a new screen because I'm getting a no thank you message from eLearning 2. So copy and paste that into a new window. There we go. And that will go straight to Quincia. If it gives you the option to include your UTD email, please do so. Otherwise, as long as you use your name that appears in the gradebook, we'll be good there. I'm going to do another video that explains Quincia in a little bit more detail, but big picture think is the idea here is that online hiring has exploded, and not just because of all the pandemic stuff, which of course has changed online hiring, but it was already exploding before that. So this stuff through Quincia is going to give you opportunities to upload your resume multiple times and do multiple video interviews with the same kind of applicant tracking system and hiring software that a lot of big corporations use. There's 3 big software platforms for online hiring, and Quincia uses HireVue, which is used for some of the places that you are going to interview. So this is really exciting. The one big difference there is that if you're interviewing with, I'll use Deloitte for example, Deloitte might have slightly different things set. So for example, with Deloitte, they're going to have different requirements for dress than you would if you did an interview with like a tech company or LinkedIn or something like that. So they're going to operate in slightly different ways. So the cool thing about it is you get takebacks. It will help you adjust things like, you see my thing here, my volume, the lighting, all of that. It'll tell you stop doing that, stop putting your hands there, and make good eye contact. It's really an amazing, powerful tool. And like I told y'all before, huge discount there, so I'm really excited that we're able to offer that. After that, you will see there's videos for chapter 2 and 3, as well as links to the textbook chapters. One thing I wanted to explain about the chapters 2 and 3 videos is that I'm recording those to be used for our class, but I'm also trying to make them a little bit anonymous almost, in case I'm able or need to provide those to some of the part-time faculty who are teaching in the fall. So if you pull that up and be like, why isn't Dr. Moore's face on there? Because I really much prefer this setup where we have the little box right here. It's because I'm going to be giving these to a couple other professors, so any feedback that you have on those, let me know. Tried to make them, and in fact I did make them shorter than last week's. My goal is to get them even a little bit shorter, so I might re-record, and definitely later in the semester. There's so much research on how 10 to 14 minute videos are the absolute goal, and these are both, I think, at like 16, 17 minutes. So kind of a fun tip there. After 12 minutes, people's interest and people's ability to retain starts to drop off unless you're doing something interactive. We'll talk more about that when we get to presentations. Chapter 2 and 3 quiz is down below. So I tried to make that pretty straightforward this week. It's a lot of true-false, some of the key terms. Those should be in the textbook as well as on the slides that I go through in the videos. And then you'll have 2 assignments for this week. The first one is a discussion board for LinkedIn, where what I want you to do is update your profile given some of our known best practices, post the link to your profile on the discussion board, and then reply to 3 other posts with 1 thing you like and 2 things you think they could improve. If you scroll down, I'm not requiring you to go through this, but if you had time, I would encourage you to click on this link where it says, what do I need to include? That's a long version of the assignment sheet. The fast version is this right here, where it goes through the basic criteria that LinkedIn says makes for a good profile. I've combined what LinkedIn says with a lot of research that I've done on this as well. One thing that's going to be shocking for you is that 250-word summary text. So that was part of the point of the About Me summary that you wrote for week 1. I'd encourage you to think about how could you shift that just a little bit given our audience and your message for posting on LinkedIn. You'll want to include the other things that are listed there, and I'll have the TA go through and sort of give you some grades there. It's not worth a lot of points, but I'll go through and give you feedback when you go to turn in your discussion board. So you'll see the link that is there. All right, and what I just did is I had to back out of our course because the other assignment that you have, which is a peer review, is not showing up for students yet, and that's because you're turning in those About Me things. So now down at the bottom, you will see a peer review of the About Me summary, which you'll click on View Complete. It'll open it up and give you 2 About Me summaries that you're going to give feedback on. Big picture goal there should be to think about how to give feedback that will be useful for people as they start to revise. The questions that I've written on there should guide that already. Our wonderful TA Takuma will go through and grade the peer reviews. So one big reminder with how this course works is you're getting 0 points for drafts, but you are getting points for the peer review. So you want to do a really good job on the peer reviews, and the peer reviews will also give you feedback that you will want to incorporate as you go forward this semester. Because at the end of the semester, and if you want to look ahead, you can jump down to weeks 9 and 10. End of the semester, you'll be doing a portfolio where you take all your work for this semester and combine it into one. Last semester averaged like 22 to 27 page document. It sounds long, so I didn't want to freak you out on week 1. But what will happen is you'll just be combining all of your work for this semester, and the major points for the class don't come from like this draft right here. Where they're going to come from is after you revise and get the best possible version at the end of the semester. It makes it a lot more flexible for you in terms of how much you want to improve, and hopefully it also helps you set some goals for how far you want to go with it. The other thing that you will see after you complete all of this stuff for the week is down at the bottom it says completion week 2. Once you have submitted everything for this week, so the quiz, the discussion board, and the About Me summary, that completion week 2 will pop up so you'll know everything's submitted correctly. All right, so that is our basic rundown for next week. As we go forward, I'll be having some so-so Wi-Fi on Monday through Thursday, but I'll definitely still be available. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm really excited for this week. My goal for you, particularly with these LinkedIn profiles, is that you have something you can use immediately. LinkedIn is where the jobs are being posted now, so it's really critical that you have it set up well enough that you can apply for the jobs. There's even been some talk going forward about connections between Handshake and profiles and what different employers will see. So it's key to have your LinkedIn in really good shape, and I'll add an optional video if anybody's interested on how to do that. All right, everybody, have a great week, and I will look forward to reading all of your posts and seeing what you come up with.